Tonight, breaking news. Federal prosecutors have notified former President Trump that he is now the target of a criminal investigation in the Mar-a-Lago documents case. This is federal prosecutors are wrapping up their investigation, and a potential indictment could come really at any time at this point. We are also learning that the DOJ is planning on bringing a significant portion of any charges in the case.
Well, Aaron, we've learned that former President Trump has been informed that he is the target of a federal investigation into the possible mishandling of classified documents. Now, this is a sign that prosecutors could be moving closer to possibly indicting the former president. We are told that his legal team was informed via a target letter that he is now the focus of this investigation. Multiple sources have learned about the letter, having it described to them, though none of our sources have directly or personally seen this letter.
Donald Trump just lost a Republican district in Texas by 14 points. And this was supposed to be impossible. This was a deep red district. Trump won it by 17 points in 2024. He personally endorsed the Republican candidate. He recorded messages. He posted relentlessly. He tied his brand directly to the race, and voters crushed his candidate anyway. A Democrat won 57-43. That is not close. That is not a fluke. That is a political earthquake. Most people think this was just a weird local race, but this result exposes a much bigger collapse, because this was not just any district. This was suburban Texas. Fast-growing, diverse, exactly where Republicans must win to survive. And they just lost badly. We will come back to why this single race terrifies Republican strategists in a moment. First, you need to understand how shocking this really is. Texas Senate District 9 sits north of Fort Worth. It has been Republican territory for years. Republicans held the seat comfortably. Trump carried it easily in 2024. No one expected drama. Then Election Day happened. The Republican collapsed, the Democrats surged, and the margin flipped by 31 points in one cycle. 31 points. That kind of swing does not happen randomly. It happens during political backlashes. It happens during wave elections. It happens when voters revolt. And that is exactly what this was. Trump did everything right by his own standards. He picked the candidate. He endorsed her loudly. He nationalized the race. He made it about loyalty to MAGA, and voters responded by rejecting it. This is why Republicans are panicking, because if this can happen here, it can happen anywhere. Trump tried to pretend otherwise afterward. He called it a local race. He minimized his involvement. He acted like he barely noticed. But voters noticed. Everyone noticed. His name was everywhere. His fingerprints covered the campaign. And his denial only made him look weaker. Trump's brand is built on winning, on dominance, on political power. This loss cracks that image. And worse, it suggests something Republicans fear deeply. Trump's endorsement may now hurt candidates. That flips the entire party's strategy upside down. Now let's talk about why voters turned so sharply. Start with immigration. Trump's second term has been defined by aggressive enforcement, raids, deportations, sweeping crackdowns, constant threats. In Texas, this hits home. Latino communities noticed immediately. Even legal residents felt targeted. Families felt watched. Communities felt unsafe. Turnout surged. And those voters overwhelmingly voted Democratic. Republicans underestimated this backlash. They assumed fear would suppress turnout. Instead, it mobilized opposition. Suburban moderates reacted too. These are not hardcore Democrats. Many voted Republican before. Some supported Trump in 2024. But authoritarian rhetoric changed everything. Attacks on judges scared them. Threats against journalists alarmed them. Talk of using military force domestically crossed a line. These voters care about stability. They care about institutions. They care about predictability. And Trump represents the opposite. So when Trump personally inserted himself into this race, he made it a referendum. Not on local roads, not on taxes, not on schools. On Trump himself. And voters delivered their verdict. They voted no. While conservative media framed this as a fluke, voters were sending a deliberate message. This loss fits a pattern. Republicans have been losing special elections nationwide. Virginia, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, now Texas, different states, same story. Republicans underperform, Democrats overperform, Trump looms over every contest. This is not coincidence. Trump dominates attention. He nationalizes every race. He turns local elections into referendums on himself. And right now, that is deadly for Republicans. The 2026 map makes this worse. There are dozens of suburban House seats in play, districts just like this one. Trump leaning on paper, moderate in reality. These seats decide control of Congress, and they are slipping away. Republicans also face another self-inflicted problem: gerrymandering. They spread voters too thin. They chased maximum seats. They created fragile districts. Political analysts call them dummy manders. They look safe until they are not. Texas Senate District 9 exposed one, and there are many more. If a wave hits, these districts fall fast. Democrats know this. They are recruiting early, raising money, building turnout machines. They smell blood. Republicans feel it too. Privately, many are panicking. They see approval ratings slipping. They see independents fleeing. They see Trump dragging them down, but they cannot escape him. Trump controls the base. Defying him invites a primary. Silence invites general election defeat. There is no safe path. That is the trap. Republicans must choose between loyalty and electability, and both options lose. This Texas race crystallized that reality. Trump tried to dodge responsibility, but his brand took the hit anyway. Every loss weakens his aura. Every defeat chips away at inevitability. Even supporters notice. Winning defines Trump. Losing undermines him. And if losses continue, cracks widen. Potential rivals see opportunity. Party leaders quietly worry. But for now, Trump remains. And voters keep reacting. This brings us back to why this race matters so much. A district Trump won by 17 points rejected him months later. Not narrowly, decisively. That is not fatigue. That is backlash. It tells us voters are engaged, motivated, paying attention, and using every election to push back. This was not about one candidate. It was about direction. And voters said, stop. If this trend holds, 2026 will be brutal for Republicans. House control hangs in the balance. State legislatures become vulnerable. All because Trump refuses to change. He will not moderate. He will not soften. He will not retreat. And voters know it. Democrats are betting on that. They are turning every race into a Trump referendum. They are letting him dominate headlines. They are letting him polarize voters. And it is working. Texas just proved it. This election was not an outlier. It was a warning Republicans cannot ignore. But ignoring reality is what they do best. They remain tied to Trump. They defend him. They absorb the damage. And voters respond again and again. The Texas result tells us something critical. Trump is no longer expanding the map. He is shrinking it. He is energizing opposition faster than support. And that is fatal in midterms. So when you hear Republicans dismiss this race, remember this. Districts do not swing 31 points by accident. They swing when voters revolt. And this revolt is just getting started.